Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
My goodness.
Yeah.
That woke me up.
We're back here with
He started from like here. And
we're back here with Jonathan Avalos, creator of the Check It app to get rid of your lazy ass roommates. We're going to be getting into, he's going to stick with us now for our Digging in the Dirt and World News segment. Now, Avi, I know we made a promise the last few shows.
yeah. We
but
last few shows.
every
That's
show,
part of our
all
show.
6 shows.
Part of our
We've made a
plug-in.
promise to never talk about the Kardashians.
Oh.
But I have it from a good inside source, Miera Jenny, our production coordinator here, and marketing coordinator, that you are so enthralled with Kim. You've even named your car.
She didn't. No,
Did you
she
name your
didn't.
car Kim? Is your car named Kim?
Oh man,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
definitely didn't
Answer
let
the
that
question.
one go.
Is your car named Kim?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so our Digging in the Dirt segment here is why we're gonna break a
Well,
rule.
the
We're
first
gonna
thing,
talk about the Kardashians.
yeah, you are breaking the rule.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But it's not so much about the Kardashians as much as it is why are we obsessed with these pieces of garbage in our... She's nobody.
Yeah.
She was an assistant for some famous people, and then she made a sex tape. Is she pretty? I used to think she was,
she
but
is.
now...
But after she puts
soon as you
6
open- Yeah.
6 inches of makeup on her,
Yeah, and then as soon as she opens her mouth,
forget about
that's
it.
it for me. But not for Jonathan.
No. Hold on.
So let's get into this,
No,
Jonathan.
no. Hold on. This was okay. So Mia and I went to high school together. When I got my car, I was infatuated, I guess was the good word to say, with Kim Kardashian. And like every
Which
other
part?
like every other guy back then.
No, speak for yourself. Dude.
Yeah.
So that's where that all got started. I can't say that it's the same situation now.
So your broken heart now with she's with what's his name, Kanye West.
Nah, I think I lost the interest after what was it, that basketball guy?
Chris.
Yeah, the one
Humphries,
the one
yeah.
3-day marriage or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. There was the Ray J, and then there was the Reggie Bush, and then the basketball guy Chris Humphries.
Yeah.
Well, who was she when you? She wasn't anyone famous when you were in high school either, was she?
No.
She was big.
She wasn't famous until Ray J.
Well,
No, just
Ray
a
J
little
definitely
before.
happened
Before.
after-
she
Oh,
really
was it?
Yeah, Ray J.
Yeah.
I think it happened like midway through high school, and then she had her name out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just brought Miera into the studio real quick.
Oh man.
We can't put her on camera, but I'm gonna ask her: is he obsessed with Kim Kardashian?
I'm gonna say past tense.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
Look at this. You know what? You put her in the hot seat. She won't lie.
She backtracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not what she told us.
Yeah, that's not what she told us.
That's not what she told us.
The way she made it sound was all of your screensavers were that.
Yeah.
I can't deny or.
This used to be called the Kardashian Check It app.
Yeah.
Yeah. At one point.
Yeah. So, okay. So you're saying you're over it. Miera is confirming that. Thank you, Miera.
Thank you.
So you're saved from that. But let's get into this a little bit. What is America's obsession with people like this? Because really, my wife watches the Kardashian show, and she watches those Real Housewives shows. And I'd say a good 95% of the people on the show are just garbage people with low morals and
No talent.
no talent. And
some of them, they're not even pretty, but they the cameras and lights and makeup.
Yeah, I mean,
and
I think Kim
dresses.
Kardashian she's cute.
Yeah.
But for me, your brain has to match your beauty. And if you are the most beautiful girl in the world, but you're an idiot, it doesn't matter to me. And that's what a lot of these people are. They're just morons. Like, for instance, the Judices from Real Housewives of New Jersey. They're both going to jail for fraud.
Yeah, her and her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get back into this Kim thing. So what was it about Kim? It was the looks.
It was the looks. It was the looks. It was like I know this word's outplayed and it's overused, but that whole swagger back then. She was the bad girl back then, and.
But she in the Middle East, she's like big with her
makeup
bags and makeup and all this because every girl want to look like her.
Well, she's
I don't
big
know
here,
how
too,
in
with
the
that
Middle
stuff.
East they can with the rags over there.
Yeah. Well, it's what's underneath that counts. It's
The deep.
yeah.
Beauty is the skin
on,
deep.
Yeah, it's on the inside.
It's a burqa deep.
It's burqa deep. Exactly. But there's America is obsessed with these people.
Yeah.
And I've talked to girls, friends, and they're able to tell you everything about these reality stars. But you mentioned like, oh yeah, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. And And they're like, who?
Dude, they
Like, what do you mean, who?
some of them they don't have a clue when you say, "Have you been overseas?" "Oh yeah, I've been in Canada."
Yeah.
I mean, that's how smart. "Oh yeah, I've been in Mexico." So, and yet they know the Kardashian, their mother, their uncle, their cousin, how many miles she have on her.
The real question though is, do they even know who their dad was or what he did?
Who?
No.
Kardashian's dad.
Oh, I don't think they're 100% certain on that.
Oh no. I mean, to be honest, I didn't either. You know,
was-
I feel like I
He
looked
was
a little
one
bit
of
deeper
the.
into the whole
lead-
OJ
he wasn't
thing.
even
Yeah.
the lead attorney. Actually, he was the guy that set OJ with all the attorneys.
Yeah.
He was OJ buddy, and he
Yeah.
set him up because during the court, the whole thing, he was sitting on the sideline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is a problem that's attributed to women.
No,
There are
no,
plenty of
guy-
dumb
yeah,
dudes out there,
yeah,
too,
Plenty, yeah.
that don't know anything about. I mean, you listen on these radio shows sometimes in the morning, and they do like that, 5 facts or whatever, and these
Yeah.
guys can't answer anything. So, but I think it's a general American issue where people get so obsessed with these reality stars, you lose.
Well,
track
that's why
of the
reality
rest of it.
shows are the biggest.
They're not even
big-
real.
Huh?
They're not. They're just as real as a fake show.
It is fake.
Yeah,
it
that's what I'm
is. I
saying.
mean, you go and you watch the show Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are in the jungle trying to survive. The first thing they do, it's conning each other and lying to each other instead of going out and fishing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And they're sitting there starving, and everybody, and they like it because of all the crap they pull on each other, lying, cheating, promising on my kids, on my mother, and it's all.
Well, it gets to the
bogus.
point where people can't even
Try-
function normally without having that drama in their own lives.
Yeah.
But enough about those jerks.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Nazi Germany. No. No.
Well, the wall been down 25 years.
yeah.
Too soon? Or?
Yeah, is that too
the
soon?
Berlin Wall. Huh?
Kardashians and ISIS. They go together like lamb and tuna fish.
Ay, ay, ay.
But let's move on from them. We've given them enough time. And I swear to our audience, the only reason we brought it up is because Jonathan is obsessed with Kim Kardashian.
I'm sorry,
His
forgive
car's
me.
named after her. He won't date any girl whose name isn't Kim.
So he thinks that every time he goes to the car, he's close to her. Is that-
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
I still have that bond with my car. I don't know
Yeah.
about the bond with Kim though.
First thing he said when he came in the studio, I was like, "Oh, where were you?" He was like, "Oh, I was just inside Kim." I'm like, dude, that's gross. That is
Where can I leave her?
Yeah. So let's move on to world news. Avi, what do you got for us in world news?
World news. Well, we just celebrated first the Veterans Day, and
This past Tuesday.
yes, and the problem is that all along we have just these talking heads that were busy, actually very busy, with their own personal and rewarding their buddies and friends in the Veterans Day and forgetting about our vets. And it's pissed the hell out of me. And finally, they hired a businessman that he's going to kick some ass and finally focus on the vets.
For the VA, right? You
Yeah,
hired him
and,
in the VA.
and Monday we had 2 veterans in our office in here with the show. What's the name of the show?
That was passion driven.
Passion Driven, yeah. And their story, it's one of them at least, it's heartbreaking. She got injured playing basketball with the Navy. Her injury was a little painful, but after a few years, she decided to go to the Veteran Administration Hospital to get it fixed.
Get surgery.
Yeah, they put some intern to operate on her, and he removed their own disc
And
in
then
her-
drilled a hole in her spine.
and then trying to fix it, he drilled a hole and he severed her
Spinal cord. And then they tried to cover it up.
yeah,
Really?
and they won't admit it. They put her on the street. She was homeless for a few years, and then somebody found her and tried to help her. And now she's a grandmother, and she she's in a competition of rowing boats, and she rowed from the U.S. It's through the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, and from the
She
U.S.
holds like 9 world records.
Yeah, from the U.S. to Hawaii, and she's silver medalist in the Paralympic. And this lady, you see her, you don't believe that all the stuff happened to her, and the vet sitting there
She's
doling
amazing.
millions of dollars in bonuses for and cooking
For the
books.
people working there.
Yeah.
While meanwhile, veterans can't even get basic coverage.
Yeah,
You know,
or they put them on the calendar for 20 years and then switch it. Oh, he was here. We took care of him. So I have a personal experience. Arna's dad, he's a Marine vet. It took literally he filed like 20 some odd years they waited. He died, and 10 years later they remember his paperwork, and they came and to try to figure out what to pay them, his wife. So anyway, enough of that. The other important thing we have
Oh, and this applies to you.
yeah.
Let's hear it.
Okay, how is
scared.
that?
Well, because he's got an app.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
On Monday, the president was talking about net neutrality. Are you familiar with that? Net neutrality.
Oh, you better get familiar, buddy.
Okay, forget about it. Well, what happened, the big companies, to extract more money out of you, me, and everybody, they wanted to kind of make the internet like utilities. The more you use, the more you pay.
Wow.
And they are pushing the government to regulate the internet as utility. And President Obama on Monday, he spoke against it, and he said internet should be free and no regulation on it, in terms of you cannot regulate it, because then you will kind of hold the poor people from using it.
Yeah.
And the companies so far, what they are doing, especially Verizon and recently AT&T,
About that.
got penalized for throttling down once they see you past a certain amount
Yeah.
of they said unlimited, but
It's
trust
not.
me,
It's
there's
unlimited
nothing
at their discretion.
Yeah.
And
when they
I'm
feel.
still grandfathered from that unlimited plan. 'Cause I
On
still
that
have my
phone?
on Verizon.
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
have that iPhone 4 from like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
And the problem is that the net neutrality is just going to hurt the people that cannot pay, that need the internet, and it shouldn't be what the big corporation. And they spend, I swear to you, these corporations, they spend millions of dollars on attorney fees to find how to screw you. I'm going to say that every week, and not to work with you. And they, the idea that customers are customers. They don't care about
Yeah, they
you.
don't give a shit about a customer. Excuse my French.
Yeah.
Sorry, but we're not on
The
TV.
only customers they care about is their stockholders, and
Yeah.
even those, only the
Top tier of
people.
them.
Yeah.
So what that can mean is, free apps could be going away because they're going to say, oh, well, that took you
Yeah.
a gig to download or
Yeah.
whatever. That goes towards your...
And they are getting paid from big company. Netflix have different agreements with them. They paying them.
well, they're trying to
percentage.
charge Netflix more.
Yeah, well,
or they're
they
gonna
are.
slow them down.
They
Yeah,
have,
that's
and Netflix agrees to pay them a few bucks, but they want literally to regulate it with like water meter or electric
Exactly.
meter, and that's not.
Yeah.
And all that's going to do is it's not doing anything for these companies. Netflix
Yeah.
isn't going to pick up the bill
No,
all the time.
no.
It's
Well,
gonna
and
come
even
to
if they
us.
picked up the bill, they're going to pass it on
They're
to
going
you.
to pass
Yeah.
it on to us. Yeah.
And very soon, radio, television will be streamed. So what happened?
Oh, yeah.
If you want to cut the cord, then you cannot stream, or your price will be back.
Exactly.
Then that's what they want to do. Because last quarter, about 250,000 people literally cut the cord.
Yeah.
They no
Oh, I did a
longer-
while ago.
Yeah. They no longer use the
Hulu
boxes
and, Netflix
Hulu
for me.
Netflix, Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everything else is streamed
So you're
on
going
Yeah,
to
that's
be
the network.
you're going to be charged.
I'm going to be
more.
screwed. I might as well just get cable.
Well, hey, I have a satellite. Those little antennas.
Yeah.
A little $30 from Radio Shack. I've had this since freshman year in the dorms. You
Works
can't-
great.
Oh yeah.
ABC.
I think you know
HBO.
what it is. It's where I live because tried to get
Oh,
one,
yeah?
but I live in Rancho Santa Margarita,
Uh-huh.
so like out there by the foothills, there's
Nothing.
like you can't get any kind of
I
signal.
was shocked, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna die without my TV.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
used to get Laker games, all these
Really?
sports games every week. That's all.
Oh
I
yeah,
did.
because they're
Local
local.
channels.
Yeah.
Now with cable, every week we have we go to a channel that we no longer supporting this channel.
Yeah.
Time Warners don't
Wow.
want us to.
The Time Warner curse.
Time Warner's weren't they voted one of the worst companies?
Yes.
Top worst company in the world.
AT&T was like second or third. So
No, but yeah, I mean, all these all these cities are moving to free internet for
Yeah.
the people too. Like I know LA they're trying to get a big push to give people free internet.
free, and they don't want that.
I'm from
You know-
Riverside, and I know they do that in Riverside.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Free internet?
Yeah, so, and
It's a
select
public
cities.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, public Wi-Fi.
Oh, how is
Yeah.
how is that?
It's all right. It's not bad.
I mean, it's not like-
yeah, it's not like the FiOS whatever, but it does the
Yeah.
job.
You know, the recent experience with the fiber, Google is rolling fibers in some of the states, and hopefully they will come our way. With the AT&T or Cox fiber for 1 gig, to get fiber into an office or a home, it's $6,000 a month.
Wow.
Wow.
And the same bandwidth with Google, it's $129 with all
That's Google Fiber.
Google Fiber.
Which is amazing, and it's fast. It's like
yeah, but
lightning
it's not
fast.
in here. Yeah,
It's not here. It's Kansas City.
and ups in San Jose,
San Jose.
in Seattle, I think.
Very small, and I
And
think
in
it's
Colorado or
it's going to be
Utah.
such a battle though, trying to Cox his monopoly here.
Oh yeah, in Orange County.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So keep your eye on that, man, because it's gonna affect whether or not people are gonna
So
keep
go
giving away
vote.
free stuff.
You don't want you want the internet free of all these regulations.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, though,
Yes.
Jonathan also brought this with you. I bet you won't flip this over.
Did
right?
you?
I did actually. Let's finish up and talk about your app a little bit more. So this is going to be your marketing thing.
Yeah, these have been sitting in our living room for the last like month and a half, with all these setbacks. What we're going to do is, just back to the basics, guerrilla marketing, door to door.
In the campuses, of course.
On the campuses, yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to slide these under people's doors, overnight. And so wake up and you see this and you're like, what the heck?
People are going to hate you.
No, but think about it.
Who came up with this?
The slogan?
Yeah.
It was me and my partner. We both kind of like were formulating something and it just somehow ended up being this. But you think about it. When you wake up in the morning, it's early, most likely.
I think it's cool.
Who do you think's the first one that's going to be picking it up?
Exactly.
Not the lazy person.
No. The person who's
exactly more responsible because
very
it's
smart.
early in the morning. So that's the whole thing behind the I guess you aren't the lazy roommate, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Because what we're doing in essence is we're not trying to target the lazy people in the household.
Yeah, because they'll
they're
never.
not,
Exactly.
We're trying to go after the people that are tired of lazy people.
Yeah.
And just want.
That's pretty much everybody who's not lazy.
Yeah. So.
And that's few and far.
Yeah.
between,
I
especially
just
our
have this
college.
feeling like here's what I picture.
Yeah.
Since you're doing it on college campuses, I see like it's a drinking game. They start taping this to heavy stuff, getting drunk, and then bet you won't flip this over. And if you don't flip it over, you got to drink.
It could be. We have like 5,000 of these things. So I mean.
Yeah. So keep an eye out, everybody, for these coming under your door.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be guerrilla marketing. You know what? I like that. Everyone you see who gets a really good deal on Shark Tank are people like that. They're the ones that have a decent idea or a good idea.
Yes.
But they come in and they say,
And they pitch
I
it,
was
right.
outselling this morning
Yeah.
before I even came on the show.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. I mean, you're getting back down to brass
Proactive
tacks,
with it.
hard work,
Yeah.
getting it out there. And you're not waiting for it to come to you. You're going to it.
Yeah, and then the biggest key term I came across recently was sweat equity.
Exactly.
It's not all the money you throw into it. You can put in thousands of dollars towards marketing, but if you don't get out there in the field and physically do the work yourself and get out there, you're not gonna get the same result.
You're going places, man.
Hopefully.
When you make it big, you got to come back on the show.
Hopefully.
For sure. Well, this has been Plug In, episode 7. We're here with Jonathan Avalos, creator
So how can
of
they
the Check It
find
App.
us and
Well,
him?
that's what we're going to say right now.
Well,
Why don't you
okay.
take a minute and tell people how they're going to find you?
So find us on social media: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's at the Check It App. Also on Chore Police, nice. Also on our website, checkitmobileapp.com.
And how they can find us, Mr.
Well, they can go on to @PlugInPod on any of the big 3 social media apps. They can find us on iTunes, Plug In with Avi and Kyle. They can find us on YouTube with Plug In with Avi and Kyle. We are going to advertise this for you on there, and we're going to make sure I'm going to start using it. I feel like this would even work well with my daughter to pay her chores.
Yeah, I mean, as long as she has a debit card that she can.
Well, I'll put the debit card in, and if she
okay.
does them, I'll pay her.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't, then she will get less
Less allowance.
Yeah.
So this has been episode 7, Plug In with Avi and Kyle. We will see you next week.
Yep.
Enjoy the weekend. Thank you, Jonathan, for stopping by the
No,
show.
Thank you
Thank you
guys.
for stopping
Appreciate
by.
it. Thanks for having me on.
Yes.